Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. This is Thomas Human, your friend from Cuenca, Ecuador, here showing you how it is to drive from pretty much my home here in Cuenca to Baños, but not Baños, the city of Ecuador. In this case, it's going to be Baños, the town near Cuenca, because many times people get confused with those two. But Cuenca has its own baños. So my house is near the electric company that we just passed. It was on the left. And here we can see some vendors that are very common in many stoplights in Cuenca. But they are respectful. If you don't have any money or you just don't want to buy anything, you just pass by and no problem. If you want to buy something, usually whatever they have costs $1. So here, $1 coins are very common. And if you want to help them or buy something, you just pay $1. As you can see, the weather here is changing all the time. We have this kind of rain right now, but also we have the sun out. It is 4:30 in the afternoon. So as you can see, the weather in Cuenca is very special. We have a very mild climate. A lot of people, including me, love the weather of Cuenca because it is very special and it's never too hot, it's never too cold. It is because of the location of Cuenca in the world. We are near the Ecuador line, and that means the center of the world, a bit south of it, and Cuenca is at 2,500 meters above the sea level, that is more or less 8,000 feet. We took the Max Ule Avenue, and right now we are at the Autopista. There is a highway that circles Cuenca. We got some speed right now, and that's why the rain seems to be stronger, but it's actually that we got some speed right now. But no worries, as you can see now, the rain is going away, and now it is more visible. At this highway, the top speed is 90 kilometers by hour, and here we have some radars that are very strict. If you are going at 91 kilometers per hour, you get a fine that is $120. So that's a lot of money for most Ecuadorians, and people try to avoid getting that fine. And those radars are all over this highway. It is a Saturday, um, and we're gonna see the town of Baños. Well, we're not gonna go to the center of the town because in the center of the town you have a church and some interesting houses, but we are not gonna get there. We're just gonna go to Novaqua. That is one of the hot springs that are over there. I'm gonna give you some tips like the prices you need to pay and enjoy the pools and the things you can do and etc. Right now we're going through a traffic circle. As you can see, this is the Gapal traffic circle, and as you can see, the traffic is not that hard. If you compare it to many other cities in the world, the traffic many times doesn't move. Here it is moving fine, and this is more or less how the traffic in Cuenca is described. Of course, we're not in the center of the city where the traffic can get bad sometimes, but it's never too bad. And that's another thing I like about Cuenca, that it is a city, but you don't have the big problems that big cities have, like for example traffic and other things like crime. A lot of people are asking me about crime in Ecuador and crime in Cuenca because in the news you can see all the time things that are happening in Ecuador. But I can tell you, I live here in this city and I have been living here in this city for all my life. And Cuenca is a very safe city. You won't have any problems if you don't search them. I mean, if you are not walking alone drunk at night by certain neighborhoods, you will be perfectly fine. And Cuenca is very safe. The life standard of Cuenca is very nice. It is kind of above the normal standard of the country, and I will say South America because I've been to many countries in South America and I have been able to compare many cities. And I can tell you that Cuenca has a very nice standard of living. People make a bit more money than in other cities. It is also more expensive, but the employment is good. And also the restaurants, the food, the variety of food that we have is very good. Right now, that building that you can see to the right is the Sheraton. The Sheraton is kind of new, it's only like 3 or 4 years old. And it is right by the Mall de Rio Mall, shopping mall. That is the biggest shopping mall of Cuenca. So that's 4 points by Sheraton. And where here on the right you can see the mall, a bit of the mall, the parking lot mostly. It is a Saturday, so you can see a line of cars that are getting there. Might be busy right now because it is Saturday. Here you can see my speed is only 70 kilometers per hour, so we're doing okay. Um, those mountains that you can see on the back, those are Cajas National Park. If you haven't been to Cuenca, I do recommend visiting the center of the city and also going to Cajas National Park, that is beautiful, and also going to Baños. For the Cajas National Park, I do recommend getting a tour. It doesn't have to be a private tour, I mean, not just for you, because you can join a group. There are many groups that you can join. They're offering certain pages like Airbnb and TripAdvisor and others. And it is recommendable to get a tour to go to Cajas National Park. To go to Baños of Cuenca, you don't need to book a tour. You can just get a taxi or get a bus, and a taxi will cost you about $7 from the center of the city to Baños. From my house, I haven't taken a taxi in many years, so I couldn't tell. But this is, as I told you, about a 15-minute ride. So I will guess it will be something like $7 or $8 an average cost to go from Cuenca to Baños. You can see that the traffic is moving fine and the weather is changing. Here in this part of the city, it seems that it hasn't rained at all. We don't see any water here, any showers. So that's kind of normal. I'm used to this kind of weather. It happens pretty much every day. Some people say that we have the 4 seasons here in this city, but they all happen in every day. Like early in the morning is usually kind of cold. Like it's never too cold. We don't have snow or anything like that, but it can be chilly in the early morning. Then it starts to get hot, and at noon it can be really hot. But I mean like 28 degrees Celsius or 80 degrees. That could be in Fahrenheit, and that could be at noon. And then it starts to like cool down by like 4 or 5 p.m. like now, and then it can start getting chilly again at night. So we have all these seasons that happen pretty much every day. Cuenca has about 600,000 inhabitants, and Baños is kind of like a parish that belongs to the city. It is a rural parish, so it's not an urban parish because we have some certain urban parishes that belong to the city. And rural parishes, they don't belong to the city; they are in the surrounding area. But as the city grows, you will see that there's no separation between urban parishes and rural parishes. This is what has happened to Baños. You won't see any countryside or any cows or anything because it's now urbanized now with houses and everything. This is the Camino to Baños. It's pretty much the road that takes you to Baños. So we finished in the highway as you just saw a couple seconds ago. Now we're taking this road to Baños. Those mountains in the back, that's still El Cajas National Park. So Baños is more or less in the same direction, but it's a bit on the side. If you have a chance to take a map and look at it, you will see that Baños is a bit to the south than going to El Cajas National Park. El Cajas National Park is a bit further away, it's about 30 kilometers away, And if you are planning to go to Cajas National Park, I would recommend taking a taxi because you won't know exactly where you're going. So as I told you before, it is better to go on a tour to Cajas National Park. But here to Baños, we're actually getting close to it. We're not that far away. This is the road to Baños. Here they also have some radars. The top speed is 50 kilometers by hour. You have to be very careful because if you go by at 51 kilometers by hour, you will get a fine. Um, Pretty soon after this stoplight, we're gonna see the Borja High School. This is the high school where I studied when I was a teenager. It is pretty big and it's very nice. So I used to go to this road that we just took every day in the morning from my house to my high school that is close to Baños. So now the light is in green and we're gonna see the high school on the left. Is all this area here that says Borja. That's a high school. We have bicycles and motorcycles and they all share the highway and that's good. One thing that I have noticed, and pretty much you will notice when we get there, is that there are homeless dogs in the area of Baños. Fortunately, the new mayor that was recently elected, he has offered to do something about it. He said that he's gonna build a clinic and a refugee for the dogs and it's gonna actually be it's gonna be located in Baños. That's what he has offered, and I hope he does something about it. I actually care a lot about dogs. I have adopted 8 of them, and I'm always like looking around because if I see a dog that needs help, I don't hesitate to help in it. And I also publish on a Facebook or other websites many times to try to get people to adopt them, or I just keep them myself. So right now we're going up. We're getting close to Baños. These buses that you see there, these are the public buses. They only cost 30 cents. So that's another option. You can take the bus from the center of the city and come in the bus. Only 30 cents. The problem with these buses is as you can see here, they stop a lot and they will take a long time. But well, if you're not in a hurry, you're visiting. Many times when I visit, I take my time. So if you consider it as an option, you can also take the bus. The buses are very safe. You won't get robbed or anything like that. The only problem with the buses is that they don't accept cash. You have to buy a card. That card usually costs $1, and you have to refill it, and you have to buy them in stores. And you will find these cards in many grocery stores in downtown area, or actually also by um, the, the stop signs for the buses. You will find stores like this one on the right, and there you can get the cards. We're getting very close to the town of Baños. And as you have seen, we haven't had any countryside. I remember when I used to go to high school, this was all countryside. Actually, my high school was like out of the city, but now it is inside the city. Here you can see the dogs on the right. Those are the homeless dogs that I was telling you about. And it is sad because many times they get run over by cars or they don't get any food. A lot of people are mean to them, but there's always good people too. So, and there's always people who want to do something about it. So that's also nice. And also, if you notice, the weather just changed. So it changes a lot. So here on the left, you can see that it says Osteria Duran. That's pretty much the first hot spring or the first pool that you can get to when you get to the town of Baños. Here you can see some more dogs. They probably belong to those restaurants, but homeless dogs are very, very common in this area. So we are going up now. We're gonna get to the hot springs called Novaqua. This Novaqua belongs to the same people who own Osteria Duran. So they pretty much own many places in this area, and they have like cheap ones and average ones and more expensive ones, and that also depends on the quality you get and the cleanliness. And also this one that we're going now is only for adults, no children allowed. You have to be over 16 years old to be able to enter this one. So here on the left, we have this band, little band on the left. That's Novaqua. So that's the place where we're going, and we're gonna show you some uh, videos of it and some photos, and I'm gonna give you some prices so you have an idea. If you are planning to come to Cuenca, please do. If you want some tips, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm asking the guy right now where I can park because, as you can see, there are many cars. Now all of them are at Novaqua because many of them are in the place next to Novaqua that is called Riñón. Okay, so we have parked our car and now we're moving towards Novaqua. So as I told you, it is a kind of a nicer spa that they have here in the Baños area. Here you can see the schedule, the calendar they have. Today is a Saturday, so we have plenty of time. Right now it's about 5 p.m., so we have some time to enjoy our stay here at Novaqua. Here we are at the entrance. It's kind of crowded right now. You can see the menu. They have sandwiches. They have also some cocktails, beer, and also soft drinks. These are the prices. They have two basic prices, $16 and $22. $16 includes most things, but not the sauna and the mud cave that I'm going to show you now. So today we're paying those with $22. I'm going to give you all the numbers at the end of this video. So we have registered, and now we are here. You can see that we have these kind of boxes, the steam boxes, where you can sit there and relax with these steams. Very nice, very relaxing, and it is right next to the steam room that I'm gonna show you just now. This is the steam room that you also have here in Novaqua. So the camera is not gonna be able to record this, but you can see it's very nice and not crowded in this area. Now I'm gonna show you one of my favorite places here in Novaqua, and it is the mud cave. So you have to go up these stairs, and these are like stone stairs. These stones are very common in this area. They are called travertine. They are kind of a marble. And here we are in the cave. It has some nice light, and there you can see the mud that you can put in your face and all your skin. Then you can take a relaxing bath. There is a very warm water, and then you go to this area and you take a shower to take your mud out of your skin, and then you can go back to the swimming area, and here we have the sauna. So we can relax here. I love the sauna. Somebody was there, so we're just gonna sit on the side right here. So it hasn't been crowded. And then on the bottom you can see the pool. So this is what I ate. It is a ceviche with some empanadas and some potatoes. And these are the relaxing pools. This is the one that is very cold. It is 8 degrees Celsius, and this one is 40 degrees Celsius. Let's taste it. I'm gonna put my feet on, and well, I hope you have liked this video. In total, I spent $22 for myself, $22 for my wife, and I also came with my mother, and she's over 65 years old, so she only paid half price. That was $11. The food, the ceviche was $8.50. The potatoes were $4, and also the drinks were about $2. So I'm gonna give you the total right here, and I hope you have the chance to enjoy beautiful Baños. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to watch more videos of beautiful Cuenca.